The content in this magazine could contain references of topics and difficult subject matter that may be triggering. Please honor your inner knowing and proceed with whatever help or guidance you feel is intuitively aligned. Welcome to Sovereign Magazine Podcast. I'm Nicole George, CEO and founder of Sovereign, and I'm so happy you are here. Today, we are joined by Arin Dosh, our in-house astrologer, who is here to guide us through the cosmic energies of the moon. Arin helps us understand how the celestial rhythms can support our journey to embodying our sovereign selves. Let us dive into what the stars have to share with us today. Keep listening to hear all of the intuitive messages meant for you. Hello. Today I have the privilege of reconnecting with Arin Dosh, our amazing astrologer here at Sovereign Magazine. She specializes in traditional and Hellenistic astrology. Her work blends ancient techniques with clear, grounded guidance. She offers natal, horary, and electional readings with a focus on timing, remediation, and meaningful client support. With a background in counseling and social work, she approaches astrology therapeutically, helping clients meet life with more self-understanding, sovereignty, and soul. Welcome back, Arin.
Thank you so much for having me once again. I'm excited to talk to you today about this Taurus New Moon.
Yeah, so our theme is seeking material things for this May new moon, but what do the cosmos say?
Okay, well, this new moon is on May 16th, and it's happening at 25 degrees of Taurus. What can we say about Taurus? Well, it's Venus's domicile and the moon's place of exaltation, so it's naturally a place of goddesses. This lunation emphasizes material security, physical comfort, and what we seek in order to feel safe and sustained. New moons in Taurus might ask questions like, what do I truly need to feel resourced? Where am I confusing desire with necessity? And so the new moon is ruled by Venus, and at the time of this new moon, she is at 27 degrees of Gemini. Venus in Gemini seeks variety, options, and information. She values connection, conversation, and flexibility. Now, Mercury is co-present the new moon at 28 degrees of Taurus, and he is asking us to ground ideas into practical form and think concretely about resources, money, and time. Mercury and Venus are in each other's signs, so we can say they have mutual reception. So together, this lunation blends Taurus's need for stability with Gemini's curiosity and multiplicity. It raises questions about multiple income streams or negotiation of values and mental versus material security. The new moon is also sextile Jupiter, who is still exalted in Cancer, and this lends some emotional nourishment, protection and care, and an emphasis on growth through safety and belonging. The sextile aspect offers supportive beginnings, potentially help from family, allies, or community, and growth that feels emotionally right. The new moon is also conjunct the fixed star Caput Algol at 25 degrees of Taurus. Algol is associated with the head of Medusa in the constellation of Perseus, or more specifically, Medusa's eye. It's associated with intensity and the loss of one's head, either figuratively or even literally. It's also associated with extremes of attachment. It often signals a fear around survival, obsession with holding on, and lessons around impermanence. Algol reminds us that when material security becomes obsession, it can cost more than it gives. This new moon asks us to examine what we're clinging to and why. So at the time of this new moon, we've talked before about the background weather going on with Uranus now in early Gemini, Pluto in early Aquarius, and Neptune in early Aries. Again, it's worth mentioning these form a supportive network of trines and sextiles. It brings long-term themes of redefining identity, security, value systems, economic and technological shifts, as well as new ways of exchanging resources, value, and information. And then the transits around this new moon, let's talk about those. May 17th, we have Mercury leaving Taurus, entering Gemini, and immediately conjoining Uranus. So this is going to bring rapid insights, sudden ideas, and new conversations or even contracts. May 18th, Mars enters Taurus, where he's in his detriment, and Venus enters Cancer. So this will slow down our momentum, could lend to some frustration around effort versus reward, and it will lend towards greater emotional sensitivity. May 19th, Venus sextiles Mars and Mercury trines Pluto. This will give productive negotiation, chances for honest conversation about needs and limits, as well as strategic thinking around resources. May 22nd is a very busy day. We have Venus in Cancer squaring Neptune in Aries, and we might experience some emotional or financial idealism. Watch for projection versus reality in relationships or security needs. We also have the Sun conjoining Uranus at 1 Gemini, which will bring sudden insight or disruption. There might be shifts in plans, information, or direction. And then we also have Mercury in Gemini sextile Saturn in Aries, which will help with some grounding conversations and practical thinking that might help stabilize after some uncertainty. May 24th, we have the Sun sextiling Neptune, bringing us inspired thinking, intuitive clarity. And May 25th and 26th, we see Mars squaring Pluto and then the Sun trining Pluto, which could lend to power struggles around control and effort. Opportunity to reclaim agency through conscious choice might also be on the table there. And finally, on May 28th, Venus squares Saturn. And so this might see us testing emotional boundaries. We might have financial or relationship reality checks, and commitment questions will come to the surface. Taurus teaches us to slow down and examine how, why, and what we consume. It also teaches us to invest in what's most important to us and for the long term. So overall, I think this lunation emphasizes sustainability over excess and conscious embodied choices. It wants us to focus on security rooted in self-trust rather than accumulation. It reminds us that real security isn't measured by how much we have, but by whether what we're building can truly support us physically, emotionally, and over time.
I can't wait to see what manifests in the business because, as everybody knows, we record podcasts in advance, right? We're not doing this in May. And so I'm really excited because when it comes to finances, there's a lot of, I would say, safety and insecurities, if you will, around those topics, but also too, just in general, our own strengths and safety and material security. I mean, we're talking about seeking material things for this issue, but how incredibly rich this is to be having this topic and discussion around tangible resources right after people got their tax refunds in April, most likely here in the US at least. And so it invites us to reclaim parts of ourselves that might have been perhaps distorted or, turned in a way, and causing us to look to the external as a way of validation. On some of my podcasts that I've been recording this week about this topic, It has all been around what dopamine hit do you get when you make a purchase? And I don't get any dopamine hits. That's why I'm not a consumer, because it doesn't do anything for me. I don't feel anything. And so that was my revelation for this issue, was the reason I'm not a consumer is because it does not create a feeling within me. And when people purchase, no matter what it is, whether it's groceries or, program or an astrology reading, there's a feeling that's attached to it. That's what makes people purchase. So maybe as we're moving through this time, you can tap into the feeling that you're having and connect it to whether or not you're feeling safe and connect to things within.
I think that's a beautiful idea. We talked last time about how the moon is in her fall in Scorpio, and she's in her exaltation here in Taurus. And of course, they're opposite. And it points to the juxtaposition of the two signs. But Taurus, it's about embodied luxury, right? If you want to know the best face cream or the highest quality oil, go ask your Taurus friend, right? Because they're going to know. They know about luxury. They know about treating yourself and the animal body and being in the body. They're also, we can joke around the material side of that. That is part of what Taurus is about. But it's also about being in your body and enjoying those animal pleasures and the deep wisdom that lives in your body, right? That you can tap into by being truly embodied and listening to yourself.
This is so good. Yeah. So good.
So it'll be a beautiful time to do that.
It will. It will. Yeah. Okay. If you have any questions for Arin, she's in our community.arin-magazine.com. All her details are in the show notes. If you want a reading from her, she's definitely available. And like, share, subscribe. It helps us in not only in algorithms, but reach more people. So definitely do that as well. And come back for the next one. We'll be back in June for the full moon and new moon. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for listening. I'll be back tomorrow with more ways to step into your sovereign self as I begin the interviews with our soul-led entrepreneurs. Subscribe to our magazine and podcast and join our global community for all the magic. Details on how to find your weekly horoscopes or connect with Arin are in the show notes. And if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a review. It helps us reach our goal of guiding 5 million to their sovereign selves.